It all starts here, the campaign to equip the new Oakville Hospital. And believe it or not, it starts in a warehouse. It all started in 1937 when a 4-bed hospital was built at the corner of 8th Line and McDonald Road. From there, in 1944, a group of Oakville residents formed the Oakville-Trafalgar Hospital Association to raise the money needed to build a new hospital in the area so that critical patients wouldn't have to make the trip into Toronto. Over $100,000 was raised, but World War II put the construction on hold. An additional fundraising campaign was launched in 1948 to raise an additional $125,000, and by 1949, the new hospital was built on the present-day site and opened to the public on Valentine's Day 1950 with 50 beds, 13 doctors, and 13 nurses on staff. And then the chase to keep up with Oakville's booming population started. Just 2 years into operation, a 120-bed expansion was planned and opened in 1956. This new addition increased the capacity of the hospital from 58 beds to 170 beds. By the dawn of the 60s, another expansion was necessary, and in 1963, a new wing opened that increased the hospital's capacity to 333 beds and included a state-of-the-art intensive care unit, one of the first of its kind in Canada. By 1970, assessments were underway to determine the future healthcare needs in the hospital, known as the Master Plan. The plan involved 3 building phases, but only the first stage of the plan was completed due to a funding shortfall. Fast forward through the only evacuation of the hospital due to the Mississauga train derailment in 1979, the birth of North America's first test tube twins in 1982, the opening of the CAT scanner suite in 1986 after months of planning and fundraising, and we get to the 50th anniversary of community healthcare at OTMH in 2000. After continued expansion and growth on the current campus, the Government of Ontario announced in 2005 that a new hospital would be built in Oakville, and with this announcement, the long road to the new hospital began.
So you're probably asking, well, where are we? We are in a industrial warehouse facility that's located in Oakville, and it's really just a big empty space. And in it, we've created 3 of our most replicated clinical environments for the new hospital. So behind me over my shoulder, I think you can see a post anesthetic recovery room where people would be recovered after an operation. And in addition, we have a standard single patient inpatient room, and we have a nursing sub-communication center mocked up. So people ask, well, why do you do that? Why do you do mock-ups? So as I said, these are the most replicated rooms that we are going to have in the hospital. We will have a number of single patient inpatient rooms that are going to be built over and over and over again, replicated throughout the hospital. So we want to make sure we get that right, that we have a good design, that the interior makes sense, and that that kind of care we can provide in that room meets the expectations of the community, of patients and families, and meets the needs of our caregiving team as they go about that. And it's a very powerful tool between the hospital and the architects and the contractors to make sure that we are very carefully communicating our expectations for the environments that are going to be built into the new hospital.